all the best to you. Meet you.
Yeah. Thank you. Same to you.
Yeah, it says we are live on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, please check.
Yeah. So I'll just share this on my page, right?
Yeah, and same I'll be doing on mine. Okay, so it's coming, and yes, share. Where to share here? Right post, post.
Yeah, I have shared on my page as well.
Okay, so we are all good to go.
Yes, looking forward to it.
Okay, okay. So I'm a little bit nervous today because I'm talking to a very honest author. So
Okay, okay, thanks. Thanks for that compliment.
yeah, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. So, hello friends, my name is Siddharth Nivan, and I welcome you to another fantastic episode of Talking to Siddharth. Guys, as responsible parents, we all tend to do everything for our children. We make sure that they get everything best in life, be it education, toys, friends, a place to live. We all struggle throughout our lives so that when we pass away, our children don't have to worry about at least the materialistic things in life. But more important than that, it is our teaching, or rather, our message to them as how to face the challenges in life as and when they come. Because one thing is for sure, they will come. And if our children are not ready to overcome them, everything else is going to fall apart. Major Ravi Mishra left a similar message for her little daughter a day before he left the materialistic world. And the message stuck with her daughter, who would years later grow up and write a book, dedicate it to her father, and title it What Her Father Told Her: Be Strong Always and in All Ways. And today we have the grown up daughter and now a mother herself, Bhavna Mishra, with us. Bhavna Mishra is an alumni of St. Stephen's College. She went on to do her MBA with specialization in human resources management from MIT University. She started her career as an early childhood educator and has mentored several schools spanning diverse regions for their academic support. Having honed her skills for over 20 years in all aspects relating to the teaching learning process, she now brings in vast experience and expertise in her role as a as a teacher trainer. This is her first attempt to write a story, to inspire, to instill hope, to nurture dreams, and to connect with her father through her book. Tonight, Bhavna Mishra will be talking to Siddharth. So, Bhavna, I welcome you. First of all, thanks a lot
Thank
uh,
you. Thank you.
for giving me this opportunity. On a very short notice, you accepted this invite.
My
Thank
pleasure.
So, Bhavna, my first question to you is that I'll be talking about the book also in detail. But my first question to you is that, as is described, is that this book is basically uh, about your diary, about your memories, about your childhood, and your relationship with your parents, especially with your father. Okay. So, what drove you to come out with your story and right now, after so many years?
Okay, Siddharth, first of all, thank you for that kind introduction. It always feels nice when you have to hear such good things about yourself. So, thank you for that. And coming to the question, as you must have read in my book, that my father left me very early in life, and I didn't want his memories to fade away, right? So I always had this thought of documenting, every interaction with him and turning it into a book. So this thought was always there with me, but somehow I was not able to take out time or focus on this particular aspect and get my work published. So what I did was I used to write whenever I used to go back to his memories and make people read in my family. So they were also touched. They also motivated me that you must get it published and make others also read such a sensitive and emotional and inspiring story, I would say, because uh, even if the book had not happened, my relationship with my father has inspired me in many ways, like every day, even today. So the pandemic happened, and as you're aware, the entire world had time in hand, and that's how the magic happened. And I was always in touch with Suhail Mathur. So all I had to do him is, was to tell him that I'm ready this time, and then there was no looking back.
Okay. And on that note, uh, I just want to introduce this lovely book that I'm holding in my hand. So, I'll just make a quick review of this book. So, I generally, whenever I talk about a book, I lay stress upon all the aspects of a book because a book is a complete. It becomes complete in many senses. So, first of all, the title "Be Strong Always and in All Ways," and now we know what the title is all about. So it is a very beautiful message that your father gave to you, and I think it is a message that everyone should follow and carry in their lives. Uh, Talking to the cover, Bhavna, can you just tell me about this picture? I mean, this picture of yours and your father, indeed. When it was taken, I mean, how old were you? I mean, this is I think, a walker you are sitting in.
Yes,
And
yes. So looking at that picture, what I can make out is that I was just learning how to walk. And, if you see, the entire focus of my father is on me and helping me take those steps forward. So I guess I'm just a year old, and thanks to my mother who has kept this photograph, so carefully with her all these years. And I wanted it to be on the cover page because it's very special to me. Even though my father is there, his face is hidden. That kind of create a suspense about the kind of person he is. And yes, everything about him is visible to me. And I have made an effort to share his persona with my readers as well. So I wanted this photo to be on the cover. On a funnier note, what happened was everybody is relating to the child, that baby in the photograph. And whenever they compliment me, they call me baby. So I feel nice because it, makes me feel young. And the word that they attach to my name, baby, is something which I really cherish. So I think, I always wanted him to be on the cover page because this story is about him. So his photograph had to be there.
I'll just add a note to it, Bhavna. It doesn't makes you sound young. You look young. I mean, you are young. We all are young. Okay. Okay.
And yeah, if I could add on to the cover since we're speaking about it. I shared my thought process with Suhail, and because I just knew that I want the photograph there. So rest, it has all come from the designing team at the Bookmakers. So after having read my story, they realized that most of it is in the form of diary entries. So they gave it that special look. There's this ribbon here, which kind of signifies to me that I'm going to unfold those moments. So the cover has been designed by them, and the moment Suhail shared it with me, I was so thankful to him because this is not something that even I had imagined. So it is something beyond my imagination and very special to me.
Definitely, I completely agree with you. I mean, the Book Bakers Literary Agency, I mean, it's not only the number one agency in India, but I think in every department now, let it be the cover or let's say, the video trailers or anything to do with the marketing. I mean, they are above all. And just recently, also a couple of days ago, Sohail Bhai and I with it. So he shared my book cover and my book trailer, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is something really amazing. This is a gift from you to me." So okay, I'll just continue with the review of the book, and the first and the most important thing that I liked about the book, apart from obviously the amazing title and the cover, now you're told about the details of the cover, is that after a long time I'm holding a hardcover. I mean, I just forgot the last time I read a hardcover. Okay, so having a hardcover is really amazing to have because a hardcover is something, it gives you a complete feel of the book, and I know that it is going to stay with me for a long time. This book is going to persist as compared to the paperbacks because of its durability and what a sound it makes. This book is almost 81 or 82 pages long, and this is actually what I loved about the book. Rather than reading a long book or something like that, after a long time I was reading a book that I could finish in single sitting, and I really didn't knew when I started the book when I finished the book. So that was it. And one more thing, there are some beautiful illustrations inside the book. If I can just focus one or two, yeah. So there are a lot of amazing, beautiful illustrations inside the book, and I believe that, yeah, they are done by our daughter.
Yes, yes.
How old is she, by the way?
He's 10 years old,
Oh,
and like you mentioned in my bio, like I'm a teacher by profession. So here I use my teaching skills and, kind of motivated her to join me in doing something creative in the lockdown. So she doesn't like to draw at all. But I thought that, if I make her understand how important this story is to me, she might, take that step forward and help me. So it was a struggle, because she wasn't inclined to draw, but then I motivated her, used my teaching skills, and both of us collaborated. And if you see, this again I would like to share, because like you also mentioned about my honesty, so an honest confession about the drawing. Like, she was very eager in the beginning to draw, and if you see, the first photograph of my father holding me has come out beautifully. And then, as the drawings progressed, she lost interest. And I used to tell her that, you making my father look so funny. Can you redo this drawing? And she was not ready. So there's this temple scene where we are walking towards the temple. So I wanted her to redo that. But somehow she had lost interest by then. And so we kept it that way, because, it's all about an honest sharing for my readers. So, I didn't want to probably tamper with what she had done or improvise. Whatever came from her heart is there for everybody to see and appreciate.
yeah, definitely. It's something, it has added a lot of colors to the book, the illustrations. And just finally to conclude, the MRP of the book is 299 rupees and is easily available. You just have to type Be Strong and the entire book name will come automatically. You'll not have any problem in finding it. And obviously, it is published by the Loxley Hall Publishers, which in my view are, I always say this. This is they are the Netflix of Indian publishing, just like Netflix, because I'm a Netflix addict, and just like the Netflix has its entire beautiful catalog. You want anything, you will get in Netflix on Netflix, and similarly, the Nocturnal publishers are coming up with wide variety of genres, and the Book Bakers Literary Agency. So the equal credit goes to the Book Bakers Literary Agency, because this is one agency which has, almost which cares for the new authors, for the aspiring authors, which who generally don't know where to go, whom to contact, and uh, what to do with the publishing houses. So the Book Bakers Literary Agencies, represented by and published by the Loxley Publishers. Amazing book, guys. You should definitely read this book. I'll be speaking more about the book. And the language is very lucid, very easy, very easily readable, very lucid. Nothing complex words have been used. Now, I'll just tell you a few things which I liked about the book. Number one, honesty. That's what. Today's life, we are always trying to project ourselves in a very positive way. I also do it. Everybody does on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blah blah. So, but when you're writing a book about yourself, it takes a lot of guts and courage to tell those things which you have personally experienced, and also to talk about people who are very close to you. Anybody, it can be anybody, anyone of your family member. We generally tend to hide these things. We generally tend to think that, okay, let this not be out in the public. But in this book, I never felt that you have done any effort to do so. Obviously, it is your story, and everyone wants to know your story, and you have presented in the way you experienced your life. Number two, you mentioned about a lot of things which I could personally connect with. Apugar. So there is an incident in the beginning about these girls talking about those boys and in Apugar. I'll just share a funny incident with you. Now I have a lot of memories with Delhi, and because my Tauji, my elder Tauji, he used to live in Asiad village. It was a very posh colony in Delhi, and I frequently used to visit Apugar because that was the only amusement park in those days. I'm talking about 30 years ago. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. And when you are telling about that car scene, no, so your car, you were driving that car or something like that. So while I was driving a car, I was in sixth class. I bumped into someone and had a nose fracture.
Okay.
I remember it very. Uh,
So it have a very happy ending like I had with that bump.
Yeah. And that's why I became a nose surgeon. I'm a ear, nose, and throat surgeon. So maybe okay. And that was one thing. And the second thing was Archie's comics. You mentioned somewhere Archie's comics. So I'm a very desi Hindi comic lover. Okay, you might not have even heard the names of all those characters, Raj comics and Man comics, but there was only one Western character, guys comics whom I used to read and love very much was Archie's. To the extent that I named my son Archie after Archie. Okay, so that is one thing. So I really very connected well with your book, and anybody who is going to read your book is going to connect very well. Uh, Full of honesty, full of your feelings about your true feelings about your family members, okay, and what you went through and whatever. It is a true life story in all sense. Okay. My next question to you is, Bhavna, did you face any challenges? Did you had any hesitations while writing this book and mentioning all these things that you have mentioned in the book?
Yeah. So, yes, there was a hesitation. Uh, though I'd written, and I always wanted it to, be out in the public domain, but that hesitation was there, and so I wasn't able to take that step. And that's how, uh, people who support you in their journey, in your journey, play an important role. So I opened up to Hale, and he gave me the confidence, that you can go ahead and share. So once you get that confidence, and that thought is already there within you, so your steps forward become easy. So yes, sharing with Suhail and getting that confidence from him that the story is going to touch, people and their hearts. So I overcame that hesitation. And another thing was that it helped me develop my confidence as well. Because once your story is out there, that means you're ready to face it. You're ready to face the questions. You're ready to face people and what they think about you. So I have, it has worked for me. Firstly, I would say my confidence has doubled, my happiness has doubled, and I am very happy being on that platform where I have made an, honest appearance, uh, towards people I know and I do not know. So it puts me in a very comfortable zone, which I am very proud of. Wish I had this confidence long back to open up, to share. So the regret is that I took that step a bit late. So, our life is something that we have to be proud of. Some things will work, some will not. That doesn't make you feel guilty or embarrassed about, right? So be confident. Whatever happens, happens for a reason. So I am happy that, I'm able to share with that honesty. And this will inspire me to, open up more, write more, and find more satisfaction in my work.
Absolutely. And uh, now, since you have written the book, right? You've written the book. What was? Can you just briefly describe about your publishing journey? You already mentioned about Sohail Bhai and Bookmakers Literary Agency. So, how was your experience of this publishing journey? This is your first book, I understand.
First book, yeah.
Yeah. So, how was your publishing journey? I mean, uh, uh, from the time you had written the book, it's finally done, and then the literary agency, and then the publisher. So, you can just tell about the events that took place when you got your confirmation call, maybe something like that. That yeah, your book is picked up and it will be releasing soon or something like that.
Yeah, so here again, there's a funny incident. You, with sharing of your nose bumping, Appughar, has taken me back to certain funny incidents of my life as well. So I had not shared with my mother that I want to go ahead with getting my work published. So I thought, I'll find out and go about this journey on my own. And that time I didn't know much about Suhail. So I just made this random phone call, to a so-called publisher, and I said कि मेरी book है, I want to get it published. He said, madam हो जाएगा. I said, अच्छा तो कितने pages है, आप mail कर दीजिए, हम छाप देंगे. So I said, book cover कैसे होगा, तो spiral binding कर देंगे, हो जाएगा आपका काम, tension मत लो. So I thought that even though I don't know about the process, something is not right here. So he said, आप बस mail कर दीजिए, हम आपको जितनी कॉपी चाहिए प्रिंट करके दे देंगे. So I thought ये publisher तो नहीं लग रहे हैं मुझे. He's not asking me too many questions. So then, I started having a conversation with my mom, and then she spoke about Suhail. So my mom had taught Suhail when Suhail was in grade two.
Okay.
And, Mummy used to always mention about him, his parents, that how his parents contributed beautifully towards the kind of person he is today. So those stories were very inspiring, And she said that you have to get in touch. She shared the number. First, I told her, Mama, you speak on my behalf. So she said, no, you have to open up to him. You have to let him know what your dreams are. So I was hesitating to make that call. I wanted Mama to be the mediator, but she stepped back. And then, I picked up the phone, spoke to Suhail. In the meantime, he was also getting married, and my mom couldn't go. So, that was the time I said, I have to go for this marriage. I have to see who Suhail is. So, in spite of, having not met him before that, I went for the marriage only to be able to make that connection with him and my journey. So, this was almost 4 or 5 years back. So, that trust factor, that comfort level, I started working on, and then shared my dreams. And to be very honest, life has been a struggle, but getting my book published has been the most comfortable journey. And all thanks to the book bakers, because they showed me the path. They told me everything about this process, and I didn't have to think at all. So every day, even now, every day they will come up with something new and exciting for me in my journey as an author. And I have never asked them, I have never told them what I want. So they are defining my journey, and I'm so happy that I found Sohail as a blessing in my life. And thanks to my mom as well for making us connect with each other.
Definitely, I think many authors can agree with you on this point about Suhail Bhai. He's a wonderful human being.
Very.
Yeah. What is your writing process, Bhavna? Now, since you are a published author, we have to ask this question compulsorily. What is your writing process? While you were writing this book, did you had any target in mind? Did you had any target of hours in a day, or I'm going to finish this book by that particular time? How were you writing? I mean, generally, I mean, everybody writes on laptop, but yeah, there are some people who follow the traditional pen and paper principle. So, you can describe a little bit about your writing process for an aspiring author like me?
Yeah, so this book has been written using paper and pen. So this was almost 10-15 years back. So it's actually how you write in a diary, and then how this process was in its original form. And if I talk about the process, it comes naturally to me. If I have certain thoughts in mind and I start writing, then it will be an effortless exercise. So I cannot prepare that today I'm going to write and finish this chapter. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work for me. Then I struggle for words. I struggle for stories, expression. So it's something very natural. Also, because of my profession, at times it takes a backseat. But I have realized that to be able to achieve something, you have to give it priority. It won't happen like that. So now I am going to develop process, a style, and devote my time to it, like I did to my life and profession so far. So now this is something which requires my attention, my nurturing, and my time. So I'm going to be a bit conscious about it. But as of now, my first book, uh, there wasn't any preparation, I would say, from my side. So I need to work on my expression, my vocabulary, and do a better job than my first book.
I'll just add a note to that again that I don't think any refinement is needed in this book. This is a really amazing book. This is really the way it should have been written. Perfectly perfect, I would say. Okay.
And you're the first one, Siddharth, to compliment me on the number of pages, because everybody points that out, that pages are less, but you complimented me, so I feel really happy about it, because I didn't want to have more pages. I wanted everybody, even non-readers, to make an effort to read.
No, why I'm telling you why I was really very happy. See, what is happening now that in today's time, the I think the reading time is declining. What I heard in some article, and because of obviously so many distractions, what we did not had maybe some 5-10 years ago. I'll honestly admit one because I'm talking with an honest author, so I have to be also honest that my reading time also my reading this commitment also has declined a little bit over the past maybe like 2 3 years, because I'm again very OTT and web show and all this kind of addict, Netflix addict. So every day I'll be dedicating maybe some around 1 hour on watching some show. But I don't dedicate. I should actually, but I don't dedicate 1 hour for reading. I should actually. I'm just trying to do so. So if you are giving a book to an author, let's say a person who is a new reader who's never read before, or maybe someone who is like morning may they're going to job and evening may they're coming back, and then there is a children's homework karana and all those things, is so many jamilas in life, and you give them a 500-page book. Obviously a person like me is going to I'm a horror writer, but I'll be scared. So reading this kind of a book, and actually James Patterson started, if you know about James Patterson, he's a master thriller writer. So he has this entire series in which the books are written in a very short format. Obviously he has written long novels also and a lot of things also. So really I liked when I saw the book, I'm able to finish this book, okay, so this is a top priority. So that's definitely the, and again the number of pages don't count. See, if the story is of 30 minutes long, it should be 30 minutes long. There is no point in making a long Sas Bahu drama that is running for 10 years and eating our heads. So definitely. Okay. On that, continuing on that note, since I was talking about myself only, what according to you, Bhavna, is the importance of reading in today's time? A lot of people, when they come to know, I'm a doctor basically by profession, and many people in my fraternity don't know about me, that I also write a little bit. Okay, so when they come to know, and they just tell me one thing, that Siddharth bhai, theek hai, I mean, you're a writer, okay, fine, but we don't get time, and then all these things are running. What do you think is the importance of reading, especially in today's time?
So I think it has to be inculcated as an habit. It has to be nurtured. You have to devote time to it. It's very important because it will create awareness around you. And you can decide what you want to read. You can decide that how you want this journey to be. But I think not reading is denying yourself something which is very crucial for your own growth. So it's important, and it doesn't come very naturally, and it has to be a habit that has to be developed in the early years, in the foundation years. So here I also play my role as a teacher, wherein we develop that interest in our students from 2 year onwards, 3 year onwards. There are different ways. Children can do picture reading, not necessarily that they have to blend and start reading. So even if they're looking at pictures and making up their own stories, I think that's so beautiful. So I would like to share with all parents that you have to make a conscious effort towards developing that habit in your children, like my father did. Because had he not been very sure about how he wants to develop this habit, perhaps even I wouldn't have been able to develop that love for reading or writing at this age. So my father played a role there, and every parent has to play a role, and then I think it'll come naturally. What we want to read should come naturally to children. So this is something like as important as brushing your teeth twice a day. So I think reading few pages every day is important, and yes, that's what I would like to say as a teacher.
Definitely. I think I should introduce my children to you, because my younger one is just starting to read one letters and two letters. He's 4 years old. The elder one is 8 years. And whenever I give a book to him, no, obviously of course that suits to his age, he will just run away in another direction.
Yeah, it happens, yes.
Yeah.
To read
So
a my story also, I used to buy books because of the covers, not because of the content inside. Fancy covers, I used to buy books with my father, but he didn't give up on me. And yeah, since you're talking about your children, don't give up on their reading habit. I think they will pick it up from you. You've been a doctor, you're an author, so you have a lot to inspire them.
hopefully. Speaking of this, and the biggest distraction that I have right now, if you can see, in the behind that black thing, right? Okay, line, that is Xbox actually. So even actually, I'm also addict of Xbox. What to do? What how to tell my children? Okay, so Bhavna, now you are an published Indian author, right? Can you tell us what is your take on the Indian publishing scenario? I know that your experience has been nice until now, and I'm sure that you have been reading Western authors also, Indian authors also. Can you just tell me a little about what is the difference in the Indian publishing scenario and the Western publishing scenario, and how is the readers' take on or reaction to the Indian authors or the Western authors? Which one do you prefer? I not ask which one do you prefer. Obviously, we all have our set of preferences, but what is the major difference that you've seen in the Indian publishing thing and the Western publishing thing?
Yeah, so see, like you mentioned about yourself, so I am also, a Desi at heart and started my reading journey by reading those, comics that you mentioned. So Amar Chitra Katha,
Oh,
Chacha Chaudhary. So I started, my reading journey by reading those comics because they play an important role in, introducing us to the world of reading. So if I make a comparison, what I feel is definitely because it's not a first language. So where English is concerned, the expression, the language is better. So I think where Indian authors are concerned, they need to improvise on that particular aspect. And being an Indian, I am confident that we have better stories to tell. There is no comparison, or nobody can be better than us where stories are concerned. We have, we are a culture-rich country, and honesty and for us values play an important role. So inspiring stories definitely will come from India, but in terms of the language comparison, I think we have to, schools, teachers have to make a conscious effort, parents have to make a conscious effort so that the writing improves, because I feel that at times probably the grammar is not right, or the expression is not that engaging enough. Having said that, we have certain very good writers, authors in our country also, and they inspire me. So for me, if I have to pick up a book, it will be first from an Indian author, because I will connect with that story. But if I have to improve my expression, then probably I would look at a Western author as well.
and also we can write about Apu Ghar. A Western author won't know what Apu Ghar is, right?
Yes, at that how those bumps are important in our life. So nobody would know that, unless they've experienced it in our
Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely, absolutely. And you were just mentioning about your role, your profession, your role as a. Can you elaborate more about what do you do actually? What is your profession? I mean, what is a teacher trainer for the audience? I mean, what exactly you are doing, and please tell us about it.
So I started my journey as a teacher. I joined Amity School, and I was teaching. I was an early years educator, teaching children between age group 2 to 5 years. So I spent around 8 years doing that, and that's when I had this urge of going beyond classroom teaching. And like I said, I had gained enough experience of almost 8 years. Then I went into curriculum. I went into training, and so there was I was offered different profiles. I did my MBA, and then I purely moved into training, worked with some big brands like Career Launcher, Poddar, and I had experience of being a teacher with Lotus Valley, Amity. So they played great roles in helping me understand the role of a teacher and how crucial it is that we educate ourselves first before making a difference in the life of our students. So then I moved on to be a trainer, and then after 17 18 years of experience, I'm back with Amity now as a teacher trainer. I am attached to an institute where we train people who are from non-teaching background to get into teaching. We give them a training for a year and then help them with placement as well. Training comes very naturally to me, because all I have to do is share my own journey with the new entrants to this field. So it comes very naturally, and my profession gives me that opportunity to read on a daily basis, and expand my knowledge, my understanding. And so, yes, this is something that I'm very passionate about, comes naturally to me, and I don't have to make much effort, in doing what I aspire to do in terms of, impacting lives of young people who want to get into teaching.
Oh, that's really a wonderful thing that you are doing. I think teachers are a great component in making our India or our country a great thing, because it's our children who look up toward their teachers first, even before their parents sometimes. And try to inculcate what the teacher is uh, trying to do. So, okay, Bhavna, I'm sure you have your copy with you. The book is there with you.
Yes.
So I'll be very grateful, if you can just read a page or maybe two pages, or it depends upon you how long you want to read. Okay, so that we can hear about the book, the words, the language from the
Okay.
author herself.
It becomes a bit difficult to select, which page to read. But if you could just give me a few seconds, I'll just
Sure,
decide.
sure, 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 sure. And meanwhile, you are selecting. I want to just thanks people who have joined us. Indu Mishra, ma'am. So Bhavna, I think you know her very well.
Yes, yes.
Okay, Sumita.
Okay, if she's
So
listening, if she's there, then I will go to the page, where I mentioned about her. So, yes, let me read about her.
yeah, please.
Yeah, so I'll read this. So, like you said, you were inspired by Archie comics, and your son is Archie, right?
Yeah.
So, I like Betty, who's another character in Archie comics. So, here my name is Betty. So that's the name my father gave me.
I like Archie and I love Betty.
I always, imagine myself as Betty, and my daughter didn't want me to use this name Betty in the stories, but
Mm,
somehow I went ahead because that's how my father used to call me.
yeah.
Betty said, "Mom, I have something to say to you." Tanya seemed curious to hear too. "What is it?" mother said. Tanya said, "Wait, let me get the mic." She then put an imaginary mic in front of her mom's mouth. Bitty laughed and, taking the mic, said gracefully, "Mom, you always complain that I only talk or write about daddy and not about you. Today I want to gift you my heartfelt gratitude through my words. Daddy is a part of my precious memory of the past, and you are the precious companion in the present. Daddy taught me values, and you ensured I followed them. Daddy wanted me to dream big, and you helped me fulfill those dreams and be there to celebrate my accomplishments. Daddy is no more there with us, and I pray each day that you live long and never leave us." Tanya started clapping loudly and said, "Way to go, Mom." Bitty's mother was deeply touched and she started crying. "I hope she doesn't cry now." Tanya jokingly said, "Please stop, or else I will start crying next." All three of them laughed, wiping their tears. Yeah, so that's it.
Oh, that's really very wonderful. It's always great to hear the book from the author himself or herself, so that we get to know the true context of the story and the emotions and the feelings that are written in the book. Uh, Apart from your profession, you're a teacher, trainer, and of course writing. What are other hobbies or passions, Bhavna? Please tell us about that. Anything you love to do?
Yeah, so another hobby passion is watching horror films. So
Oh,
I like horror movies, and I love watching movies. I'm a big Bollywood movie fan. So before the pandemic, I used to be in the theaters every Friday, looking forward to the releases. So that's something that's taken a backseat. I love movies. I get totally involved in the stories that I watch, and yes, so that is one hobby that I have apart from writing is watching movies. So I'm watching a lot of movies on Netflix these days because the theaters are closed. So I wish that the theaters open soon and I'm back to being in a theater every Friday.
I think if you're interested in horror, then it's a great news for me. It's a great news for me and other my friends, the other horror writers, and definitely, you know,
Normally on my birthdays, I go to the theater, celebrate alone, and watch horror movies alone because, as you must be aware, not many people like watching. Either they're too scared, or probably it doesn't interest them. So there have been moments where I've watched movies alone in a theater, and I just love that experience with my popcorn and Pepsi.
Bhavna, actually, what you're telling now, the same thing is with me.
Okay.
because since childhood I have been attracted to this horror genre. I see all kind of genres, action also, mythology also, this also. Arnold Schwarzenegger has been my favorite hero since childhood. Okay, but yeah, horror is something that I really think. I think it's a very personal. You know, watching a horror film, something like that, it's very personal. So whenever there is a horror release, I generally I used to go with my family. But whenever there was a horror film, obviously kids are not allowed because of some age issues. But I used to go alone, never with a friend, and I used to make sure that I used to go in the night last wala show. And generally for in India, the horror movies, mein na, the halls will not be full.
Yes, yes.
They will be empty. Okay, and that's what I like. No, and and even if I've taken a ticket for what do you say, a box, something like that, what you used to call earlier. I'll be sitting in the balcony. I'll just make sure that there are no people around me to chit chat and do that disturbance. So and I'll just share a funny incident with you since we talked about horror movies and that is my favorite subject. So once I last year, I think last year there was this Grudge film. Have you seen Grudge? Okay. The Grudge remake had come, and I went in the night show to watch it alone. And when I entered the hall, I discovered that I was the only guy in the entire hall watching that film.
Is it that film where the ghost sits on the shoulder of the one of the
Yeah,
characters? Yeah, I have seen.
yeah.
Very
So
scary
that is
movie and
that is a character, and the remake that came I think last year or last to last year, it was totally a spin-off. I mean, it was the same concept, but it was a totally different story. Very beautiful emotional story, by the way. But
yes.
yeah, I was alone in the theater and for at least half an hour, and after half an hour, some two three girls came, and I was really scared for the first time. I always thought, okay, fine, next time I'm going to go for a day show. I don't want to, something coming out of my shoulder, something like that, and doing this and okay. So nice to know, nice to know. And okay, uh, who are your favorite authors? You have to just name any Indian author and a Western author. I mean, actually, it doesn't matter to me, but still, you can mention more than one authors. Forget about the Indian Western thing. Your favorite authors you admired and you always look up to.
Okay. For me, love for an author comes from the love for the story. So I identify more with the story than with the author. So one such story that I liked was The Last Lecture by Randy Pausch. And another, author that I like reading is Ruskin Bond. So
Oh,
I make an effort to buy a lot of his books each time I go, shopping for books. And his style of writing stories is something that I really identify with. The simplicity, and he also, his stories are set in India, so that is something which I like and identify with. And why I like Last Lecture is because somehow I feel a connection with my story, because in that story the author, he knows that he's about to die, and he records a certain important life lessons for his children, so that once he's no more, they can go through those recordings and be able to face life. So somehow I feel that there is this connection, because even though my father is not there, I have recorded his lessons to me, not only for myself, but now for my readers as well. So yes, so for me the story comes first and then the author.
okay, okay. Uh, just in continuation with this same question, is there any one book or story? It can be a book also, a story. I mean, anything, film also, that you wish that you would have lived in that story. You would have lived in that book. You would have been one of those characters in the entire this world. Okay, and which one would be? You can take your time to think.
Yeah, so the moment you were asking me this question, so that every time you watch these Bollywood movies, you imagine yourself as the heroine of that movie. So I liked the story Jab We Met, and
Okay.
I identify with the character Geet. So
Yeah.
yes, so she's bubbly, chirpy, honest. So yeah, that story I would like to play the role of Geet, I would say someday.
Definitely, you would. Okay. Bhavna, what is one message or some writing tips that you want to give to again to an aspiring author? So if there is someone like me, let's say I want to become a writer, I want to become an author, and what are the few things that you will say that these are the things that you must go with or inculcate, and there are few things that you might like to avoid or something forget about to an aspiring author in India today?
So here, I would like to start with the young readers as well. That probably once you're in school, you have to realize the importance of this language there, because if your grammar is not in place, if your understanding is not in place, then this will not happen once you turn into an adult. So it's too late to refine your language skills by then. So treat this subject, in case you want to be an author, then treat your language subjects, give them respect, make an effort to understand and refine your understanding. So that would start early in school. Because as you would have also realized, you get people to edit your work, you get people to uh, have the grammar in place. But I think as a writer, you have to take charge of what you write and how you want it to be. What are the changes you would want to do? So having a strong language sense is very important. That can only come in school. So that seriousness has to be attached. Apart from that, you have to really love and enjoy the process. It doesn't come with effort. You have to enjoy yourself first before making others enjoy your story. So you have to enjoy your story as well. So there are moments when I just pick up my book, I read those chapters, I am crying. So if I can have that impact after reading that story many times, and I'm sure that I'm able to impact others also. So fall in love with the process is what I would like to say today. Enjoy the process.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, first we have to like our work and we have to enjoy. If we expect other people to read, like, and enjoy, yeah. Uh, Last but not the least question, I think is very important for writers in India in today's time. We always talk about this marketing of the book, yeah, and this is something which is not often talked about, because when when I was, like, for example, I wrote my first book. When I wrote my first book, and it was published eventually, it was a self-publishing house. I did not know obviously anything about what is publishing, what is writing, blah blah. So I thought that automatically the book will sell off. What do you think is the importance of marketing in today's time, and how do you look upon it? Because reading, I mean, writing, getting it edited or maybe published is one thing, and then making people read your book, letting them know about you. I mean, yours is a beautiful story, but unless someone knows about it, definitely they're going to miss the bus. So, what is the importance of marketing in today's time, and how do you look upon it?
So marketing is something very, very important. It's an extension to an author's journey, an important part. You cannot do away with this part. Now, if I talk about myself, I like reading. Like buying books, but very rarely will I go and pick up a book if I do not know the author, or if probably the cover doesn't interest me, or the blurb at the back doesn't interest me. So all these aspects are also an important part of marketing. The kind of cover you have, what's there on the as a blurb of your book. And I feel I would like to say that leave it to the experts.
Yeah,
You don't have to multitask in this particular domain. If you don't know something, you don't risk your work with it. Leave it to the experts and let them decide what's best for you, which I did in my journey. Because normally what happens is we have this tendency to multitask in all domains, and we can see failures in this particular aspect. So an author's job is to write, and leave the rest to the teams that you have collaborated with, and they will show you the path. And I learned this aspect beautifully through my own journey. And unless people don't buy your book, unless people don't read your book, you could not call yourself a successful author. So then again, there's a full stop to your journey. So let the full stop be taken care of and put towards a later stage by the people who know this job best.
absolutely, absolutely. And you can also come on Talking to Siddharth show. So hopefully some people will watch it. And with that we almost come to the end of it. It had been a beautiful discussion.
Yes, Siddharth, it was really a great way to connect with you in this online platform. And, it felt as if we are, sitting in a coffee shop face to face and having this interaction. You made me feel so comfortable.
Thank you. Same here. Same here. So that is the purpose of this show. I actually told you initially also. So it's not like a monotonous kind of a thing. Okay. So the purpose is to have a conversation and learn from each other, and that's it. And once again, I just like to highlight the book. So guys, all of you, if you have not read the book, please do read the book. It has already gained, I think, if my numbers are not wrong, 50 plus reviews on Amazon. Okay, I don't know about other platforms. I just checked on Amazon, so 50 reviews are there. My review is going to come soon. Okay, and yeah, and based on Always and in Always, a beautiful hardcover, 82 pages, 299 is the MRP, published by the Loxley Hall Publishing House and represented by the Dynamic Bookmakers Literary Agency. This is a book you should definitely read and get some motivation, get some hope in this otherwise crazy times that we are passing through. Okay, so thank you, Bhavna. Thanks a lot, and I thank you all the viewers for your time and attention. And please stay tuned on this channel. There are going to be a lot of amazing people like Bhavna going to be they are going to feature on this channel. And keep reading, keep reading, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a dance life.
Yeah. All the best to your talk show, and thank you for inviting me. It was my pleasure, and thank you to you, Suhail, and Loxley Hall Publishing. Thank you, Siddharth. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thanks a lot. Okay, good night.
Good night.